Don't you blame the movies? Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Everybody, welcome back to Slasher Media, the YouTube channel where we talk horror and nothing but horror. How is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. And today, everybody, I'm going to do a bit of a discussion video. Just sit, talk about something that news. You may know from the title. Friday's back. Fuck's sake. So the news came out on October 31st, so Halloween. So Halloween Day, we got the news that we will be getting a Friday the 13th prequel series or whatever, and it will be called Crystal Lake, and it will be a TV show developed by A24. A24 is actually known for some good horror movies, and it will be streaming on Peacock. By the way, it seems that for some reason Peacock's becoming the home of horror now, because of Halloween and that. But yeah, it is said to be a prequel series. That's what the news was. And then Fangoria released a interview with the person making the film. So Brian Fuller will be making the series, shall I say. By the way, this is all he can say. So basically, we're going to go through the interview and talk about points. Not going to go through all of it. So let's just get into it. So one of the questions that the Fangoria people asked was, so for starters, what characters and locations and whatnot are you allowed to use from the Friday the 13th franchise? Fuller actually said everything. We can use everything. We can go to hell, we can go to space. That's not to say that we will do those things. Although if we do go 10 seasons, I will be lobbying hard to go to space. I think he said that for a joke, but 10 seasons, whew, yeah. So basically, he also went on to say that A24 and Mark Toberoff, who is Victor Miller's lawyer, have beautifully and excruciatingly assembled all the Friday the 13th rights as a streaming series. We have the rights to do everything underneath the Friday the 13th umbrella. The movie rights are a completely different thing. So if you didn't know, movie rights and TV rights are actually completely separate from each other. They're not as messy. That's why we're getting a show versus a film, because TV rights are completely separate. But they could have easily just not gotten rights to everything in the Friday the 13th franchise, so we're lucky that they're getting the rights to everything. But yeah, TV rights are separate from movie rights. That's why they're doing it as a TV show more than anything. The movie rights are a completely different thing. They are tied up at New Line and are super, super messy. And probably won't be untangled anytime soon. But as far as us chickens in the television industry roast, we have access to anything and everything that Friday the 13th has done up until this point. So they even have access to the remake. So just saying, I'm joking. They're probably not going to touch the remake because they probably want to keep it in the original timeline. So another question that they asked was, this has been pitched as a prequel series. So how far back in the timeline will we be when Crystal Lake begins? And he ended up saying, like, the director said this. I don't think I'm allowed to say just yet, but I would say it's less a prequel series than a pre-remake series. And then they asked, can you describe what a pre-remake means in this context? And he said, for now, no, not on the record, I can't. So, to me, this means that this is kind of like a soft reboot, along with it continuing on. Here's the thing, this is what I think. The show could pick up, start off with being, say that season 1 is basically the prequel side of things, right? You've got the season 1 is our prequel kind of thing, where it takes place in a backstory of Jason, right? We get the backstory of Jason, and we get the backstory of Jason, we get Pamela and all that, leading up to Jason's death. Well, death. Leading up to his drowning. And when we get to that drowning, that's when the events of the original Friday the 13th, take place. So, we end off with that. But other than that, I think it'll be real cool. But then, after that, the series could take place really anywhere they wanted it to. They could have it take place, I don't know, after the events of any of the movies. But let's just say they did ask a question about Jason. So they said very well, but in donating it, even in part as a prequel, would tend to indicate that the series will revolve more around Pamela Voorhees than Jason will. Will Jason be in it? And then he said, I wouldn't count Jason out. So yeah. But they also said, okay, but you could be dancing around this. Could be that Jason is in it, but he's a kid rather than the masked killer everyone's imagining. And then this is what interests me, is what Fuller says. I think over the course of the series you will see many familiar manifestations of Jason. So, to me, that means we will probably, if that to me means different manifestations of Jason over the course of the show, to me means that with what they're doing with it will basically be a gap filler. Not like a gap filler thing, but I mean, basically showing us in between movies, like what Jason does in between movies and that. And stuff like that, basically filling in gaps where we didn't really know. So apparently, let's talk about but yeah, that's, if you want to go and check out this Fangoria interview for yourself, I will leave a link in the description. But other than that, what do you think? Are you excited? Are you worried? Are you questioning things? What do you think? Where will this go? But yeah, I will leave a link to the Fangoria article down below. I just want to talk about some of my points and some stuff that I thought. But yeah, other than that, guys, hope you did enjoy today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Remember, keep on soshing, keep watching horror, and I hope keep watching horror. And I'll see your friends in the next one. Bye for now.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi,